And looking about that, in discussion of resignation with your boss or former boss, I can
Yes.
say, did you ever tell him you are, or her, did you ever say that you are quitting to go and start your own company?
Apparently no. I mean, mine was a bit special because they had wind of the fact that I had started a company called Cynkey Limited. But I'm glad when they asked about it, I was not going to deny my own company. I mean, it's very easy. It would be stupid to actually lie about a business that you're up to and you're looking forward to doing much bigger things about it. But many are those people who have that fear and they wouldn't want to face it head on. I mean, life is short.
For sure. And looking at that, then, if one of your staff today approached you and told you, boss, I'm thinking of resigning, and it's all because that I have this company which I've started, how would you take it?
I'll tell you what, I've had such a case. And in fact, even when I employ people, I tell them, you know what? You're not employed here to be here forever. And it's only a fact of life that you need to accept that, you know what, there are better things waiting for you somewhere. You don't know. I mean, even me, I'm here today. Tomorrow I might be somewhere else. And people will ask me about Cynkey, and I'll tell them, you know what, that's where I started.
Okay.
You know?
Well,
so if somebody wants and comes up with an idea that he has, it's better, I support them. I've even taken some people to school, simply because if their dream is to actually be somewhere else, that at the end of the day they can make, I need their 5 years, I need their 3 years, I need their 10 years. The other years, if whatever they do here will make them better, I mean, that's life.
Okay. All right. Actually, coming up next, we'll actually be asking our guest on set his failures, because I'm one person who believes that someone who will openly tell you their failures is someone who is not scared of taking risks. And when it comes to business, we know you really have to take risks. But before we ask that all important questions, we first watch today's first video. 244 is our SMS line. We would like to interact with you. Stay tuned and we'll be right back, because we have Victor Ngatia on set, who is our CEO of the first Monday of March 2014. Stay tuned.
Transport is important because it enables trade between people, which is essential for development of civilizations. Transport infrastructure consists of fixed installations, including roads, railways, airways, waterways, among others. A mode of transport is a situation that makes use of a particular type of vehicle, infrastructure, and operation. The transport of a person or of a cargo may involve one mode or several of the modes, with the latter case being called intermodal or multimodal transport. Road transport in Kenya is synonymous with its population. Passengers move from one terminus to the other, and cargoes are linked to the airport by the same mode. Now, Cynkey Limited is a Kenyan cargo handling company that provides solutions to small horticultural farmers, mostly in Rift Valley and central part of Kenya. The company transports cargo for these farmers and has been doing this for the last 5 years. Victor Ngatia is the man behind Cynkey Kenya Limited. The former employee in a transport company and an engineer in profession, started the family business out of experience in 2009. Cynkey is a logistics and transportation firm that handles general cargo, which includes flowers and vaccines.
Cynkey Limited, having been registered back in the year 2009, although having started operations a bit earlier, back in 2006. By then I was still employed where I was, but this came as a demand by the people who really wanted a package that had already introduced in the company that had been employed. And the company never felt that they would accommodate these very small farmers or these growers. But that said, I think the push was too much, and at some point I realized there was potential, and leading to the registration of the company in the year 2009. Cynkey Limited is a logistics firm. We do transportation of goods, in this case perishable goods. We move flowers on behalf of all the growers that we deal with. We also handle vaccines, simply because they also require the same temperature control similar to the flowers. And on top of that, we also do general cargo of movement. Recently, we've been registered as early as last year for clearing and forwarding. But this is what we're still building on. And by the end of this year, of course, we should be having a fully fledged clearing and forwarding farm, which includes the warehousing, clearing and forwarding, and the logistics of movement of cargo.
Nkatia was faced by a situation at his former working place where he was called in to provide a solution. Personally,
I'm an engineer by profession, and graduated from the University of Nairobi in the year 2005. They had an issue with transport sector, the movement of flowers from the farms to the airport. They had a scenario where flowers would leave from the farms but never make it on time to beat the cut-off time for the planes. They also had another difficulty in temperature, because they had trucks that were coming in and could not regulate temperature according to their expectations. When I went sorting out this particular problem, it came out very well, and it grew to another aspect of the business as an employee of this very company. Then we introduced the trucks. Initially, the company had a policy that they will not own, or they do not own assets, and we had to hire. This brought a complex scenario where you depend on people to give you the service that you will guarantee your clients of a better quality. But many a times, when you outsource all the time, they do not meet your standards. But since you have to provide the service anyway, you end up giving them a poor quality service.
And after coming up with one, this became his breakthrough and established a niche from that situation, and it was time to give it a go by himself.
Welcome back to Zoom in Africa. This is Meet this Year segment, and on set we have Mr. Vic Tangatia, who is our CEO for today. And I'm telling you, I'm already inspired. You know, at times people work, but they don't actually see the opportunities that are around them. Mr. Tangatia, allow me to take you back a little bit because of something important. I've heard you talk in the video where you had to outsource. Now we are talking of, that was your former, where you were employed before, yes. But did you face the same challenge when you started your own? Because I believe you didn't start then they are having big trucks. And what were some of the challenges while you were starting?
The most interesting bit about how I've come up in this industry is I got into employment to sort out a problem. And I think I was so much into this, and I really enjoyed solving the problem. Mm-hmm. I solved it so well to a point of even advising and agreeing that, you know what, we can't fully depend on outsourcing all the time while we are trying to guarantee quality. Mm-hmm. So the most interesting bit is that when I resigned and opted now for Cynkey Limited, then I had the same scenario where I was offering a service but outsourcing, simply because I didn't have any truck, I didn't have any structure, but I knew there is something in here. Mm-hmm. So, of course, the same tactics I employed under employment, then I employed at Cynkey. Mm-hmm. And tell you what, magic.